We break down Tank Davis's performance next, and we let you know what his future holds. Please like and subscribe. Help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Leave us a comment. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to a very special edition of Sunday Morning Champion on a Monday night. A little bit of delay in recording this episode. Wanted to, there were so many fights yesterday and this weekend. Wanted to let you guys watch all of that before I gave you a show. So doing a Sunday show on Monday. Lots to get into. We're going to spend the entire episode on Gervonta Tank Davis. We're going to rate his performance, which wasn't very long. First round knockout over Hugo Ruiz. A lot of mixed reviews on that. I want to tell you where we stand, and then we'll get into where he should go next. So let's start with first things first. Tank Davis, again, missed weight initially. This is the third or fourth time now he's done this. He came back and made the weight an hour later or so, but he weighed in at 130.4. Took his drawers off, was 130.2, and then came back and finally made weight. Yeah, it is what it is. Look, I don't know. There was rumors circulating that he weighed 183. When we saw him, I guess it was the Danny Garcia, Sean Porter fight where he made a fool of himself. When there was the meme with him popping around as a Cabbage Patch doll, that he weighed 183. I don't know if that's true. I can either confirm or deny that. I mean, no one knows except for Tank. Maybe his camp. This is not good. And this is what Ricky Hatton did, and Ricky Hatton had a short career. Look, there's no question that Tank Davis, and I'm a Tank Davis fan. I like Tank Davis. But you can't keep blowing up like that. I mean, you can do it now while you're young, but you'll have a short career. I mean, this is proven. If the guys who stay close to their fight weights, like Floyd Mayweather, like Bernard Hopkins, have long careers that can fight later in their careers. Guys who don't, guys who blow up, like Ricky Hatton, have very short careers. So that's not a good look. That's not a good look. I think Tank needs to get away from PBC, needs to get away from Al Heyman. It's not really Al, it's Floyd, let's be real. He needs to get away from Floyd. Because him missing weight now is... this is ridiculous. Mike Abner Morris and Robert Garcia told him that if he missed weight, the fight was off. And then he risked that. He came in overweight. And then he's eating Sonic. That's what you're eating? That's what you're putting in your body? And I know you're a special kind of athlete. Tank Davis is a special athlete. But you're eating Sonic before a fight? That's what you're putting in your body less than 24 hours, let's say, before a fight? Sonic? I live in Texas. We got a Sonic in every corner. Look, that's not anything anyone should eat, professional athlete or not, but especially a professional athlete, especially going into his fight. You don't put that in your body. That's disgusting. But this is... So, Tank missing weight is a problem. I don't think he should fight at 130 anymore. I think he's outgrown the division. I think he could make it when he was younger, and he just... he's only 23 or 24 now. I don't think that he can make it. I don't think he should make it anymore. He obviously has trouble making it. He obviously blows up in between fights. Go to 135, although I don't think he's going to. Now for the performance itself. He looked great for what it was. He looked spectacular. His punching was clean, crisp. It was a very short performance. Got him out in the first round, so there's not a whole lot. If he can have performances like this, if he can knock people out, he should have 4 or 5 fights a year. At least 4. Let's say 4 fights a year. And I don't think we're gonna get that. Who knows? But when he beat Quillar back in April of last year, he said he was going to be more active. And they took 8-9 months off again. 10 months, whatever it's been. Who knows what we're going to get with Tank. But it was good to see him back in the ring. But is he going to stay active? I hope so. The performance was fine. It was really good. Obviously, it looked spectacular. He got him out in the first round. Masterful shot. Obviously put Hugo Ruiz on Queer Street. He wasn't able to, it looked like he didn't know where he was. So there's that. That's the positive, right? Look, it's also not Tank Davis's fault he fought Hugo Ruiz. Okay, he signed to fight Abner Morris, And Abner Morris is not a great fight. Abner Morris is a smaller. Abner Morris comes up from 118 to fight at featherweight at 126. He was fighting 118, 122, 126. But the truth is, Abner's not big at featherweight. You know, the other guys, Gary Russell Jr., Leo Santa Cruz, those guys are bigger than Abner. But now he's going to go fight at 130. You know, he got the eye injury. You know, let's pray for Abner. Hope everything's well with his eye. If he wants to fight again, probably won't happen. I don't know. It's not. You can't blame Tank for what happened to Abner. You can't blame Abner because he had a dislocated retina. Okay, that's an unforeseen thing. But he shouldn't have been fighting Abner Morris in the first place. You should have been fighting somebody at 130. Fight Tevin Farmer. Fight someone at your own size. But then he's going to fight Abner Morris. Abner Morris back there. So then he fights Hugo Ruiz. Come on, man. Hugo Ruiz is a 122-pounder who was fighting at 126. But really, I mean, all of his best fights are at Super Bantam, at 122. And now he's gonna fight the biggest 130-pounder that I can remember seeing in Tank Davis. That's not a great look. That's not a great look. It's really not a great look. So what does the knockout mean? He beat out a guy, and it's not like when Guillermo Rigondeaux jumped up 2 weight classes to fight Loma, but he was the best guy in the weight class, and people were picking Rigo, and that was going to be a great fight. It was going to be, like Teddy Atlas says, 2 scientists going in the ring trying to figure each other out. And it didn't turn out that way. It turned out to be one-sided, and Rigo quit. But no one had a problem with that fight because everyone thought it was going to be a great fight. No one wanted Hugo Ruiz. Hugo Ruiz wasn't the best 122-pounder in the world. He was a fringe contender at 122. He's like a top 10 to 15 type of guy. I mean, the fight's ridiculous. It's a bad sparring session. You could see the size difference when they were in the ring. You could see that, and I thought the size difference was going to be way worse than it was. It was actually better. I thought it was going to be ridiculous because Tank is so big at 130. You could tell that those guys didn't belong in the ring together. They're not in the same weight class, and then skill-wise, they don't belong in the ring together either. You wouldn't put those guys in the ring together if it was a sparring session. You'd be like, nah, he's too big for him. So that fight was nonsense. It should have never happened for a litany of reasons. It shouldn't have happened because Abner Morris was trying to fight and he tragically got injured, with that eye injury. And they should have got someone else. I know it was short notice and you're going to have a difficult time getting someone, like when Holyfield was supposed to fight Mike Tyson originally back in 91, I believe, 92, whatever. And that fight was made, and Tyson backed out because he got injured, and then everything else happened. You know what they replaced Mike Tyson with? Burt Cooper, right? So you can't blame the fight. This Holyfield ducked people. That was my point. No, Holyfield fought everybody. So could you blame Holyfield for fighting Burt Cooper? No, that's what came up. That's what came up. And Hugo Ruiz came up. Why Hugo Ruiz came up? You couldn't get someone his own size? That's a problem. You could have got someone his own size. It's not like you got a good 122-pounder. You got a journeyman 122-pounder. You could have got a journeyman 130-pounder. Let's be real. That was nonsense. So, the knockout was spectacular. Highlight reel knockout. Hit him with a perfect shot. Gets the first round knockout. Another first round knockout for Tank Davis. What does it mean? Look who he fought. Right? If he knocks out your kid's sister in the first round, you're gonna give him props for that? No. That meant absolutely nothing. So now it's time to rebuild Tank, so to speak. Where does he go? Look, he hasn't fought a high-level guy at his own size in 2 years, and that's Pedraza. And he's only fought one of them. And I think he could beat Loma, but he can't beat him now, right? Because this is too long now. It's been 2 years since he fought a world-class fighter. After he beat Pedraza, he beat Leon Walsh. And Leon Walsh was fine. Walsh beat, how do you say his name? Klimov, the Russian guy. That was his claim to fame, and then Tank destroyed him. And then he fought Francesca Fonseca, and then he fought Quellar, who was a 126-pounder, and then he fought a 122-pounder. Look, he actually needs a step-up fight now. Tank Davis, if he wants to fight either Burchelt or Loma, needs a step-up fight. I think those are 2 top 10 to 12-pound guys. Obviously, I have Loma at number 2, and Burchelt's about number 10 on our pound-for-pound list. You can't go from fighting little dudes. I mean, little dudes, guys 1, 2 weight classes smaller than you, who aren't even good in their own weight class, to go fight one of the best fighters on the face of the earth. I know he's a 2-time world champion, and this sounds funny, but he needs a step-up fight. We need to see what he can do against someone his own level, at a world champion level. Tank doesn't fight those guys. He doesn't. I don't know what they're doing with him, but he's fighting ridiculous fighters. And I like Tank. Tank is a special athlete, a special fighter, right? I think he has the tools to be an all-time great. I don't think he can go above 135. He's too short. But I could be wrong. He's that kind of athlete. His punching power could carry him to 140. I don't know. But at 130 and 135, this guy's a massive problem for anyone. But we need to get him there first. He's not fighting anyone. Fighting Hugo Ruiz is a joke. If Tank Davis was a 122 pounder, I'd be like, what are you doing fighting Hugo Ruiz? And then have Hugo Ruiz jump up 2 weight classes to fight him is absolutely absurd. Tank, come on. And look, they need to make something happen here. I don't know who Tank's going to fight next, and that's what I want to get into. But they can't just go right from fighting Cuellar and Fonseca. And Cuellar was good. Cuellar was completely washed up. You can see he got nothing left. I know he's not that old. He's like 32. He's not that old. But that guy's been in some wars. He's done. Right? And then he fights Ruiz, who was and never was, and 2 weight classes smaller. So he went from I mean, look at the last 2 years he's fought Fonseca. And then he fought Cuellar and then Ruiz. I mean, and now you're going to have him fight Lomachenko, who's arguably the number 2 best fighter in the whole world. That ain't going to happen. You can get that out of your head right now. So where does he go next? So the big question is it 130 or 135? I think he should go to 135. I think that makes a lot of sense for him to go to 35 because he's obviously having trouble making 130. I think there's good fights for him. I think a co-main fight would be real interesting. I think he could go fight Linares at 35. I think he could fight, I don't know if you guys would be interested in Linares, but ultimately he could get to a Mikey Garcia fight at 130, and that'd be easily makeable because they're both on that side of the street. That's the fight you want to see. And there's fights, to get him there. Have him fight Fortuna at 35. There's fights that you can make. So let's go back now. Who's he going to fight next? Well, I think it's going to be at 30. I think he's going to stay at 130. So who's it going to be? And I'm going to give you a name you guys aren't going to like. I think he fights Yuriakis Gamboa next. Gamboa has had a little bit of success. He beat Jason Sosa and then beat Miguel Beltran Jr. He's had a couple of wins. Honestly, that's better than the level of competition Tank Davis has been fighting, honestly. It sounds ridiculous, but it is. So, I think you're gonna get that fight next. Or you might get Jason Sosa. So don't count that out either. That's a possibility. But I would say you're gonna get Gamboa next. That fight's gonna happen. They need to put him in the ring with a name and a name that he can safely beat. Gamboa fits both those bills. I'm a big Gamboa fan. I'm a big Tank Davis fan. Look, the fight's ridiculous, but I'd like to see Gamboa get the... Gamboa never really made the money he was supposed to. Yeah, he deserved to. So maybe now that he doesn't deserve it, right? He doesn't look like he's still a world-class fighter. Give him the world-class money. Let him go fight Tank on Showtime. Let him get the money he should have made years ago. And, again, but this is just wasting time for Tank. You know what I'm saying? And then, how much longer can he stay at 35? So if he's just going to stay at 30 and fight Gamboa, why don't you just go to 35 and take it 2 at 35 and get yourself ready for the champs at 35? Go to 35 and fight Hank Lundy. There's a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a name. You could beat him up. There's names. Go fight Jamel Herring. That's an interesting fight, right? Like, I could get into that fight. Go fight Jamel Herring. So I think we're going to get Gamboa. And, again, what does that do for Tank? So his career has Tank is in neutral right now, which is a shame because he was in neutral a year and a half ago at the Fonseca fight, and like no one's pushing him either direction. And the guy is an incredible talent. The speed, the power, the precision punching. I mean, it is incredible to watch this guy. I'm a big Tank fan. Like I said, I think Tank could beat Loma, but he needs to fight someone to get him ready for Loma. He can't keep fighting Hugo Ruiz and then think you're gonna, it's like taking lob pitching, and then someone comes in and throws a 100-mile-per-hour fastball at you. You ain't gonna hit it, right? But if you face 95-mile-per-hour fastball, 100-mile-per-hour fastball, it's not gonna seem so overwhelming, and you can hit it. That's where we are with Tank Davis right now. He needs to actually take a step up fight despite being a 2-time world champion, which is like incomprehensible. But the level of competition he's fighting is ridiculous, and I'm not hating on Tank. I'm really not. But that's where we're at right now. Tank needs to get moving. Right? They say he's going to fight 4 times this year. Good. Get him back out. This is February. Get him back out late April, early May. Really. Get him back out late April. Have him fight April. Have him fight July. Have him fight November. Something like that. But let me know what you guys think on my comments on Tank Davis. Where you think he fights next? 130, 135. Do you think it's going to be Gamboa? Do you think it's going to be somebody else? Who would you like it to be? Do you think he should jump right into a fight with Loma? Let me know what you guys think. Remember to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. For Sunday Morning Champion on a Monday, this is 3D Boxing. From Texas to the world, signing off, saying thank you and good night.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.